This is 6.4, writing equations in two variables. So when we have an equation in two variables, that means that it represents two quantities that will change in relationship to one another. So we can have a solution to an equation in two variables, and that would be an ordered pair. An ordered pair is an x comma y that makes the equation true. So both x and y make the equation true. So we're going to determine whether the ordered pair is a solution to the equation. And my equation is y equals 3x, and the point that I am given is 4, 12. So I'm going to take 4 and 12, that is x and y, and I'm going to plug them in to my equation y equals 3x. So my y is 12 equals 3 times x, which is 4. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 equals 12. So yes, 412 is a solution. If I have y equals 2x plus 1, and the point that I'm given is 2, 6, I'm going to take the 2 and the 6, plug them in for y and x here, and I will get 6 equals 5. And we know that 6 equals 5 is not true, so no, 2, 6 is not a solution. If we have an equal sign with a slash through it, that means not equal. For the equation y equals 2x minus 2, for the point 10, 18, I'm going to plug those in, and I get 18 equals 20 minus 2, which is 18 equals 18, so yes, this is a solution. When we have equations in two variables, we have different kinds of variables. One of them is the independent variable, and that is the variable that can change freely. It does not need anything else to know what it is. Next, we have a dependent variable, and that is the one that depends on the other. So this would be like you need to know x in order to know y. So in this example, the equation y equals 32 minus 8x represents the amount y in ounces of water remaining in your water bottle after you pour out x cups. So we are going to identify the independent and dependent variables. So I'm going to think, does the amount in my water bottle or the number of cups change freely? Which one does not need something else to know what it is? And the independent variable is how many cups you pour, because the number of cups you pour changes how much water is left in the water bottle. So my y is my dependent, and my x is the independent variable. Then I'm going to see how much water remains after I pour out 3 cups of water. So I'm going to take x is going to be 3, and we are looking for y. So I'm going to take x equals 3, plug it into my equation, and figure out what is y. So I have 32 minus 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24, and 32 minus 24 is 8. So I have 8 ounces left after I pour out 3 cups. With my equations, I can use tables, graphs, and equations to help. I can use tables and graphs to represent equations in two variables. My independent variable will be graphed on the horizontal or x-axis, and the dependent variable is going to be graphed on the y-axis. So x's are independent, y's are dependent. So I'm going to graph y equals 2x plus 3. To do that, I'm going to make a table. In this table, I'm going to have my independent variable, which is x, my equation, and then from my equation, using x that I chose will give me a y that matches. Then I have x and y, and that will be my ordered pair. So if x is 0, I plug in 0 for x, and I get 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 3, so y is 3. When x is 0, y is 3. If x is 1, I plug in 1 for x, and I get y is 5. So I have the point 1, 5. I'm choosing points like 0 and 1 because they're nice simple numbers to work with. You could choose any number you wish, but choosing a higher number is going to be more complicated for you to do quickly. And then I'm going to choose when x is 2. And when x is 2, y is 7. So I have the point 2, 7. Then I'm going to make a little coordinate plane here. And I'm going to put my points 0, 3. So this is my x. So on my x-axis, I go side to side 0, and then I go up to 3. Put a dot. For my next point, 1, 5, I go side to side 1, up to 5. And for 2, 7, go over to 2, up to 7, and then I have 3 points. That's more than enough I need to graph, so I'm going to connect my lines and sketch the rest of my graph that continues on. I'm also going to label my points because if my graph is not completely accurate, we need to know what those points are. And it is always good to label your points on your graph because it helps you make more sense later on.